So you are on the market searching for a cheaper version than the Bajaboard that can do up to 50 kilometers per hour with suspension, can go off-road, 50 kilometers per hour. I'm bringing to the channel the most expensive electric skateboard that I brought until today. If you want to know a little bit more about this beast, stay tuned until the end of the video. Hi everyone, Marcus here from madpack, and if you love EUCs, PVs and everything that have a E of electricity, this is the place for you. And today we are going to open another box, and inside this one we have the Propel Endeavor Pro or the S. I'm not sure, I need to check it out when we start opening this box. But let's see a little bit closer, because I've been waiting for a while to do this unboxing, and this is definitely one of the most powerful electric skateboards that you can purchase until today. And besides that, I was supposed to have received the previous generation, but because of Brexit was not possible. So let's open, and I'm doing in my living room, and my cat is here looking around to see what we are doing. So let's open this, and for 1 month that I wanted to do it with you guys, but I wanted to share this experience with you. And this skateboard comes in two versions, the Pro and the S. Until now, I don't know which one I have in here, and man, the size, it's perfect. And also something, when you are searching for a Bajaboard, let's just see which one it is. Okay, I can't see it until now. Let's put it on the side. What we have in here, we have the charger, and is a 5 amp charger. Definitely something that I'm really happy about it. So it means that you can charge quite fast this one. When we talk about battery, you are going to find in here 25 amps or 15 amps depending if it's the Pro or the S. I really like the look of the S, but I really like the power of the Pro. So I hope that is the Pro. So like I was saying, here is the Endeavor S. And this one can do up to 30% incline, not 38 like the Pro. Also the range will be smaller, but this is for me more beautiful than the other one, because you have a maple deck and not carbon fiber deck. When we talk about the motors on the S and on the Pro, they are exactly the same, 6374 motors with 3000 watts of power. And this skateboard comes with 4 modes. The last one is 45 kilometers like the third one, but with high torque. So I'm also really curious to see this one working around. And I'm still searching for a very important part that is called the remote control. It was on this foam part and I couldn't find it because obviously it was upside down. The remote is very simple and very similar to other skateboards that I tried. Very similar with the Liftboard Plus remote, a little bit smaller. The remote is as you are expected to see in every single electric skateboard. The quality, it's okay. It's not expect like a very fancy remote like you have in other electric skateboard brands, but let's try to turn it on. And you have basically, in this one is a ESC. When you go to the Pro, you have the option to have a board, a VESC board, so it could look a little bit different, but it's not the case in this one. It's just a ESC. And I don't know which brand is behind, but let's just turn it on, and it's already connected. So it connects really fast. It comes also with some extra belts, some tools, and you have here a cable to charge your remote. Unfortunately, and in these days, in 2021, it doesn't make any sense that is USB and not USB-C. So just pointed out something that I was expecting to see different. But let's talk a little bit more about this beast, because I'm really excited to test this one. So when we talk about dimensions, this one is 44 inches by 17.7 inches. It's wide enough, so when you have your feet, you definitely have more than space enough for your feet. And the grip tape, it's good. It's not the best grip tape that I saw it, but obviously you can always change it. It's not going to be as fast as the Pro, but also I believe it's cheaper than the Pro. When you look to all of this is not plastic, okay? So when you look in here next to your suspension, it's definitely not plastic. So this is all in metal. It's really well built. You have independent suspensions from one side to the other. Now my tires, they are completely empty, so I need to put some air on them. I'm sure that this is going to be the most comfortable experience that I tried until today. Another thing that I really like about the Endeavor compared to the previous generation is that your suspension is on the inside. So it means that if you hit something, you have less chances to damage your suspension. That I believe is one of the most expensive parts that you have on this electric skateboard. And also your motors are quite high. So if you are concerned that you are going to damage them, don't worry, I definitely doubt that is going to happen. So when we talk about the maximum weight that you can put on top of this skateboard, it's 150 kilos. So even if you are a heavy rider, you can ride the Endeavor S or the Endeavor Pro. And like I said, if you go to the Endeavor Pro, there is some benefits, obviously, compared to this one. One of them, like I was saying before, it's a VESC and not ESC. If you don't know the difference, the VESC, you can basically change in the curves of your acceleration and braking, something that you can't do with this version. So if you choose the Endeavor S, you are not allowed to do it. If you choose the Pro, you are able to do it. Obviously, if you have a carbon fiber, it's better if you are concerned about water, and in this case, it's easier to damage your deck because it's wood. Like I said about the suspension, you have independent suspension in all of the wheels. So if you get a pothole or something in one of the wheels, you will not have wobbles as before. And one of the main reasons why I don't use so much electric skateboards is that reason. I don't like to feel unsafe, and this skateboard should be the first one that will allow me to feel safer than before. So maybe I'll start using electric skateboards more often than before, and maybe I will also sell all my electric skateboards, because I believe after trying this one is going to be a massive difference. Another thing just to point it out is if you are concerned about weight, I'll definitely recommend you to stay with the S, because the Pro is even heavier than this one. So on the Endeavor Pro you will have 17.5 kilos, and on the Endeavor Pro you will have 19 kilos. If you live in an apartment without an elevator, it may be a good difference of weight, so definitely go to this one and don't go to the other, because the difference of speed will be only 5 kilometers per hour. So when we talk about range, it's a massive difference between this one, the Endeavor S, and the Pro. So this one you'll have 45 kilometers of range, but if you pass to the Endeavor Pro, you have 71. So definitely something that I will definitely miss on this one. So when we talk about charging times, you have 4 hours on the Endeavor S and 5 hours on the Endeavor Pro, obviously because the battery will be bigger on the Pro than the S. When we talk about the shocks that you'll find on these ones, you have 350 lb adjustable in every single one of these, so you have plenty of room to play around if you want them a little bit more cushioning, or if you want them a little bit harder, depending the way that you like to ride. On the bottom you are going to find your charging port, okay, with 3 pins of 5 amps. And I normally prefer to see a door that is on the sides, because it's much more difficult to open, but this one rotates like this, so I think it should be alright. The only thing that I really don't like on this one is that the antenna is here on the side, so I think it's easier to damage it. So not really in love with this design. I think it should have been put it in a place that is a little bit more far away from the floor, or even a little bit closer to the deck, so it's more hard to damage it. All the rest, all the box is metal, so you should not be damaging it, and your battery should be very well protected. The maximum pressure that you could put on these tires are 25 psi, so plenty of room to play around, but obviously I'll always recommend you to not use them very low in pressure, otherwise you can start damaging them, so just have that in mind. Your turn on and turn off button is in here, so definitely even if you try to put your feet, you are not going to turn it off, because the screws are much higher than the button, and it's very easy to look to it because it's blue, so you definitely can see the color and see that it's turned on. When we talk about the remote a little bit more, you should have reverse, as Eddie is saying in here. You have reverse, you have your acceleration, your braking, and also supposedly you have some cruise control. So just to point it out. But now let's just see the sound that you can take it out and all the modes. So in this moment, it's in mode 1. When you are on the low mode, you are going to have 6 miles per hour, okay? When you change to the other one, and this is one thing that I normally don't like on electric skateboards, is that it's very easy to change the mode. I would like to have seen here double click, like I've seen in other electric skateboards. So this part I don't like so much, but when you put on the mode 2, that is the mode mid, you have already 12 miles per hour. Let's go to the mode 3, that is the high, that is going to be as fast as the other one of the Pro, but with less torque. So if you have to go up the hill, obviously putting in Pro mode, you are going to have that extra torque. Obviously, when higher you go, when faster you go, obviously more battery you will spend. So in here, we have 26 miles per hour. And anyway, even knowing that the Pro have the same top speed as the high mode, let's just check it out. And it's 26 miles per hour. Obviously the board is almost empty at the moment, so the remote is fully charged, but the skateboard it's not, so just have that in mind. But overall, like I said, the deck it's perfect. I really like the sensation of having individual suspensions, and this should be very, very comfortable riding, and I will feel much safer. One of the big reasons why I always recommend you to purchase electric unicycles in opposite of electric skateboards is much easier to have an accident with this type of toys than with electric unicycles. The riding experience is nothing related, and that's why I continue to love them, and I continue to own 3 electric skateboards, and now with this one is the 4th that I own. I had much more in the past, but I started selling them because I was using less and less with electric unicycles. Also, if you are interested to see a little bit more, check them out. I believe that we have a discount code, so if you want to purchase, you'll be also helping the channel, so feel free to use it. And more content is going to come out of this Propel Endeavor S, so definitely if you want to know a little bit more about this one, stay tuned for the next videos, because it's coming these videos about the range that I could take out, what is the experience after a few kilometers, and all those stuff that you want to know about this amazing electric skateboard that is definitely a very good solution if you are searching for something that is not as expensive as the Bajaboard and is much smaller and much more portable. My name is Marco, this is madpack. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash the thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face, and I hope to see you in the next one.